It's Rick without the K. James presents In My Opinion Podcast.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. Thank you for watching.
All right, we are back with another episode of In My Opinion Podcast. It's your host, Rick James. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, all right? I got my man, Rudy Ortiz here.
Cracking, baby.
And we got a newcomer.
What's up,
Mr.
Key Lewis?
Lewis. All right.
Key Lewis,
You don't
the
know
one and
about
only.
Key, check him out. His dry bar special's out. Check that out. Dude's dope. Funny as fuck. But
Thank you.
this is his first time he's been on the podcast, so we're
Yeah.
going to do this shit that we've been trying the last couple of podcasts, is this or that, just to get us warmed up so we can get all the little jitters out. and
This or that, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
this or that. Which one do you like? Right? So we'll show you how it works. Very simple. I have Rudy go first and shit. Beef or pork ribs?
This is gonna be unpopular, but beef ribs. I know immediately. That's usually the response that I get.
You see me sucking the teeth with
Are you
get the
Muslim?
toothpick quick.
Are you
Going with
Muslim?
the beef ribs. No, I just
Oh.
like the texture better.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy the texture better. I think I like a meatier, a harder to tear type of rib.
Oh, you want-
Yeah, I want
do
the
you
I want the
suck on the
grit.
bone? Is that why?
No. I mean,
You one of them?
I'll take all the meat off the bone.
Okay.
But I'm not sucking no bones, Rick.
I didn't mean it like that, goddamn.
Say
Sound
that?
like a meteor.
No,
It was going right real quick.
I asked that because my girl's Filipina and she eats differently
Everything.
than I do. Yeah, she,
Okay.
Eat everything.
she fucking
Yeah.
She gets mad at me like you left, and I'm like, bitch, that's the bones. You're supposed to leave the bone.
She got that
So-
third world hunger.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, I'm like, no.
That takes a couple generations to
Yeah,
wash
so-
out. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right, we got beef over here. What you going with?
Yeah, I'm pork. I mean, a pork rib, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's all I know. I was raised. I think my dad used to hook up the beef, but that was what was left. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Leftovers, the
Yeah,
undesirables.
We you just gotta prep it. Like you said, it's a tough. It's
It's a tough
but,
meat.
Big ass bones and them little spare ribs and little baby backs is fire, especially if they prep right.
Oh,
So
definitely.
that's always been what I do.
All right, I will say personally for me, I normally eat the pork, but I won't turn down the beef rib.
Nah, man.
Especially being from Texas
Yeah,
originally.
yeah. Right.
If you hungry.
So yeah, so there's a spot
definitely
out
not
where
gonna tear
I'm
it.
from. If you guys do the comic strip in El Paso,
Oh, yeah.
there's a place out there called some shit. What is it off of Mesa? Everybody goes, just ask them, be like,
Is
hey,
it over there
what-
by the train tracks?
it's by UTEP and shit.
Oh,
so
okay,
everybody goes there. Certain days you can get like a beef rib for like 25 cents. Or
Look
some
at that.
stupid shit too.
Look at that.
So if you
Beef
ever do
looking
the
out for the
comic strip in
people.
El Paso, it's right there off of Mesa on the west side of El Paso. But it's a barbecue hut place. I know it's
What
hut
does that
something.
say for the beef rib
So-
that you can get it for 25 cents a rib?
That it's a humble rib. It's got humility.
And it's cheaper on that Tuesday
and
or
you
Wednesday.
got to spend $33 on dental supplies to get that shit out
Nah,
of your
man,
teeth.
cows are just bigger with more ribs. There's abundance. There's abundance of ribs.
That tough ass chuck rib
So,
meat.
so I won't turn down the beef rib.
Yeah.
Nah.
But I would prefer to eat only because there's more meat on the fucking pork. So
I don't blame you. I don't blame you for that.
and I'm a
But
fat
I
dude, right?
I respect you though.
I'm gonna call it how it
Yeah,
is,
I
man.
respect you on
You know,
that.
if they got options on the menu, you already know which one I'm picking.
Yeah,
I'm a cheap
yeah.
date, 25 cents a rib. You can't beat that shit.
I'm gonna know more about Rudy than his ex and shit. You know, a
Damn.
couple more episodes and shit.
Hey, she never made no beef ribs. I can tell you that much.
She started beef. All right. Even though, okay, here we go. Only because you got your shot glass, but I'm gonna swing it your way. You a Pac fan or Biggie fan?
Uh-oh. Preference here.
You know, I am a fan of musicianship and lyricism and a voice. And Biggie had a smooth flow, and his, the way he put things together was unmatched to a certain extent, but a voice was not like Pac. So I'm from like this thing where I think that if someone came with something that touched me in their music, when I heard Dear Mama, when I heard Keep Your Head Up, all those things resonated. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get me wrong, going back to Cali and all the things that Who Shot You, those are great songs. But as far as somebody moving me, Pac was, you know what I mean? He was bigger than the music.
I know you guys didn't have headphones, but I heard the little When you
Tupac
said your mama,
I think-
yeah.
how do we be
That was gonna
funny
have an
about-
emotional moment and
Yeah,
shit.
I love.
Like,
I think even to this day when you play it, it's that dude was like. I think think about this. Think if Pac had been like, and in some degrees he was a civil rights activist, or do you understand? Because he
Yeah.
had that cloth, he had that way about him. There
He
was
spoke
things
openly about
when
it.
he interviewed, he would talk about it, but he was also a wild cat,
Right.
So it was like, but man, his, when he did what's the song he did about Biggie,
okay,
Hit 'em up.
when did you
Hit 'em
start
up.
listening to Pac?
bro? Like,
Talking about Digital Underground Pac?
yeah.
or-
Well, I would tell you this, and this is the part that throws
He was
everybody
there for
off.
his
When he
whole
was
growth?
he was dancing, because I'm gonna be real with it. Like, when I was younger, dancing wasn't like not cool. Going to the club and kicking it like everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so
Oh, yeah.
Kid and Play and that whole thing was like, so it just showed a side because he was an artist. He was an actor. Like, he was already doing that before. So then all of a sudden you see him transition into this dude that they saw, look what they had. They had this gym, and then he evolved. And I was there. Not when I say I wasn't physically there, but I was I was glued to that music. That was,
no.
you know what I'm saying? I from day one, like from his bars that he did on those songs, I was there. So to watch him evolve, I grew up with that dude. You know what I mean? So
Right.
the shit he was talking about, and it's weird how, because you ride with somebody, how influence is, because you, as much as you like some of the East Coast music, when Pac said, fuck the East Coast, do you know what I'm saying?
There's
It
a
was
call to
like,
arms.
And I was like, damn, I don't really want to hate on them, but there was a part of me was like, fuck them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
was riding, I listened, I was involved, I was tied to his music for that long,
And to be tied to somebody's music is very powerful because music is very emotional and it touches your soul and
It moves you.
and it moves you, right? It has that
Yeah.
deeper influence. Like you don't write for your favorite painter
Yeah.
the same
No.
way. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, fuck Picasso, man. Bitch ass Picasso. It's all about Jackson Pollock in this motherfucker, man.
And even for us, like we love to entertain and people laugh, but our influence on a day-to-day versus the power of music.
Right.
You could be sad, happy, depressed,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You seek out
wanting to
certain
murder a motherfucker
Right.
like off of music.
Right.
It's powerful, man.
Well, I was gonna say I didn't even really even think about being a thug until Pac came on the scene, and then I was like, man,
yeah.
because women was crazy about that motherfucker. That's why I asked where in his career you saw him, because I remember watching him with Digital. But I remember my brother coming out showing me the Tupacalypse album.
Yeah.
And then Brenda's Got a Baby on that shit. And, it was like, man, that's poetic. That was
Yeah.
a different.
Yeah.
That was different. We still had Spice One and Welcome to the Ghetto and shit like that out here.
Yeah.
But it was just different when Pac came out. You're like, okay, cool. So I'm not gonna give my answer yet, even though I have on past podcasts. But I don't think Rudy, even though you're rocking a Tupac shot glass,
Tupac
right
shot
there,
glass. Shout out to my boy West Side right here, man. Hey, I love Tupac, man.
I think you're still gonna go with Biggie though, right?
No, I'm not gonna be a contrarian just for
Because I'm
contrarian's
gonna
sake.
clip in the other podcast where you went with Biggie. So
Wait, but if I ever
but
put
it was
Big,
worded a different question.
exactly,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. If I ever put Biggie over Pac, it would be because I was asked who's the better rapper.
Yeah,
And that's not- you know what I'm saying?
That's the part where, and I clearly said that.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Lyricist
right,
wise, and the way he put shit together was phenomenal.
right.
And he had bars, like layers that still ring out today.
Yeah,
But like you said, who touched me and who did I feel like was, it was an influential thing where when you would listen to him talk, he was like, man, he's saying shit that is
Yeah.
today still resonating. He was so
You put
young.
on 10
So
crack
young,
commandments,
man. So
and
young.
I'm gonna go sell some dope. That's
Yeah,
all I
right.
know.
What was he? How was he? 25.
he's 25 when he got shot,
Yeah, think about that.
and he put
To
out.
have that voice, just
Yeah.
I think he put Tupacalypse Now out when he was like 19 or 20.
19,
Yeah.
20,
Super
yeah.
young, man. And he was really only in the rap game for like 6-7 years, 5 or 6 years,
And
So-
recorded 15, 20
Did
years
so
of
much work.
music.
And, but let's be real though, like Tupac in a lot of ways though, man, like as much as I love him, there also was like, I think they give Tupac a lot of leeway too, because he was like an artist, you know what I mean? And he did start off with like some more palpable or digestible type of stuff when he was a Digital Underground and stuff like that.
Right.
Then he got real militant. And that was a big switch. But then that wasn't even the last metamorphosis. The last metamorphosis was when he became a thug, a gangster. Like when he was did everything short of actually saying that he was a blood.
Right.
But he was doing all that stuff with Suge Knight out in public. So he was like showing the world like, yeah, like I'm about this gangster lifestyle too. I'm in LA now. Yeah. And that's what got him fucked up. Yeah. You know, I was saying that before we even started recording without even knowing that, we were going to talk about that. Yeah. But yeah, bro, like I've said, it hurts me to say it, but that's what got him fucked up, man, because the MCA did an interview one time and he said it perfect. He was like hustling backwards. Yeah. Because it's like you went from being being a superstar worldwide, sex symbol, actor. #1 rapper, actor, activist, well respected, and then all of a sudden you want to add to your resume street gangster? Yeah. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like you're beyond that shit.
You would be evolving. Had you started there, you evolved.
Right.
But you, like you said, you went backwards.
Right. Yeah. So that's the one part that's always gonna ache for me. But at the end of the day, he was an artist, so I'll look at it through the artist gauge, and I just say to myself, Tupac lived the type of shit that he talked about, the shit that he championed, that he praised. Tragedy. Yeah. It was a super tragedy the way that he went out. Young dude, 25, bro. Yeah. 25 years old, doing all that shit so much ahead of him, and he got himself killed. Yep. His own bravado, his own desire to want to be militant and be like the general, that character of being a general in the streets or anywhere, got him killed for no reason. Yeah, hustling backwards, bro.
It's a lesson too.
But I'm still bumping my ambition as a writer though. Still bumping that shit.
So
that
good.
shit bumps too. I will say again, I've said this before. Biggie, to me, Chris Rock has said it best. He's the Bo Jackson of rap. That's good. He doesn't have enough work out there, but he was great when he was there.
Right.
So I'm a big Pac fan. Love everything about Pac. So for me, that's easy. It's just Pac. But I did want to piggyback off of your idea, which I've said, and everybody thinks I'm crazy when I said that, is if Pac was still around, he would be a senator or he would be some kind of civil rights person.
I don't think so.
Running BLM, some shit.
I don't think so, bro.
That was his background. I believe that. I know you said he would be doing vegetable.
He'd be doing a VH1 family show like Snoop Dogg. Bruh, Key, I be telling this fool, sometimes it's good when your heroes die young. Because then when you see some of your heroes grow up,
you don't want to see it.
You see fucking Snoop Dogg. I'm so disappointed with Snoop Dogg. I mean, he's cool now, but I was telling this one time, I was watching VH1 back in like 2006, and he was doing a show called Snoop's Family or some shit like that. It was about him and his kids and his wife, and beautiful family, right? But I'm listening to the guy who fucking put out Doggy Style for Mr. 187 on the undercover. I'm listening to that guy. I'm watching this guy. And in 2006 or whatever, he's doing a show where the theme song has a bar in it that says, "And I don't make my kids eat their vegetables." I'm like, what the
He's chilling with Martha cooking.
I'm like,
you know what I mean?
But see, in a weird way, it's cool now because like he's in his 50s. He's like beyond. We expect him to do that shit. Yeah. But when he was still Snoop Dogg, he was, "And I don't make my kids eat their vegetables," and throwing up Crip signs in the fucking VH1 intros. I'm like, bro, what type of crazy shit is this?
Marketing. I think he was already on a way of from a commercial standpoint because there was bread there.
Yeah, there's for sure bread there.
How marketable he was because he touched everybody. Like Snoop could go anywhere, bro.
Yeah,
like he is. But you know what I wanted to say too, man? We talked about influence and going backwards. And this is a lesson too with people because we'll have influences and sometimes we'll throw shade to our influences because we're too ignorant to absorb right? Yeah. Think about Tyson, custom model, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And what happened to Pac and his influence and where he went. Not to say that Suge was directly affiliated with his demise, but you guys understand there's something that happened that he lost that, because to me, he was a great actor too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's a trip, man, how we talk about fallen heroes and people that we were moved by. And the one thing I will say about that dude is it lives on.
Of course.
You know what I mean? That's a legacy in his music and what he does, because every time it's not no part of my playlist do I not ever have Pop.
For sure, yeah.
So
Yeah,
That's a trip.
when you want to make the perfect playlist, if it ain't got at least one fucking Pac song,
Yeah.
you're lacking on your shit.
You're tripping.
You know what I'm saying? You're lacking.
Yeah.
All right. This time I'm going to answer first, and then I'll kick it over to Rudy. This or that, Thanksgiving or Christmas. For me, this one's easy. I'm not a 5-year-old kid. I don't wake up Christmas morning excited. I feel like Christmas is so put out there to make sure you buy everybody fucking gifts. I hate that idea behind it. I hate the whole process. So I'm always going to pick Thanksgiving because I'm more about spending time with people, breaking bread with people, sitting down, chilling, having a good time. Thanksgiving is always going to be my holiday if I've got to choose the one out of the two. Christmas just isn't like it. It's
That's
just
all the shit poor people say.
That's a poor ass holiday.
Yeah, that's the motherfucking shitty ass,
man.
bitter ass Christmas.
Hey, man,
It's
this
not
guy-
Christmas.
this
It's
motherfucker
about-
got any money?
It's about relationships and people getting together.
Right. No
Because-
gifts. No gifts. Right, y'all? Right, y'all?
it's turned into something else where like I said, my girl be on a different shit where we're gonna get to a topic about that shit where she's got to buy gifts for people she ain't seen in 15 years.
Yeah,
when
no,
they're
you're
coming
right.
to
It is
visit,
commercial without a
and
doubt.
it's so like no man. Yeah, and well, taxes come in February, so let's go broke at the end of December. I hate the whole idea behind
Well,
it.
Rick, if you was
So-
getting a pair of J's and a race car track, the one of the electric ones with the trigger, the
And
Tycos,
a turkey leg?
and a bike, you know what I mean? You'd be a little more enthused. You'd be like, you know what, Christmas ain't that bad. Sorry, broke bitch ass. Like, you'd have been different, bro. But
All right, since that's mine, obviously we're gonna kick it to you, and yours is gonna be Christmas.
I hate
'cause-
Christmas. I had some whack ass Christmas. That's why I know what the fuck you going through. Shit.
Because you make it sound like you was sitting
No,
by the tree
I
at 4
understand
a.m.
that.
talking about, hurry
Bruh.
up, we got to unwrap
I
presents.
didn't have good Christmases until I was with my wife. I was like 15 or 16, and you come out and they got shit just from one end of the house to the other, just ridiculous amounts of Christmas,
Yeah.
you know. And I understand the commercial side of it, but Christmas, man, like I remember like tragedy tied to Christmas. Like there was shit that happened growing up at Christmas, like people going to prison, like me getting into foster home, like you know what I mean, like bad things would happen, like so you know. And my father, as I got older, he was more involved with Jehovah's Witness, so you know Christmas disappeared. But I do have a certain level of respect with the idea that why do we only have one time a year that we decided we want to buy everyone something or show appreciation, because that's supposed to be God's. And it's not correct when you look at the whole scheme of things in relation to his birthday, right? We know that, but it's at the end of the year. It's this last push to help businesses make that last little bit of money. You know what I mean? I get that side of it. Now, for me, what Christmas is about is the idea that I have one day or a few days to get everybody together where we set aside all the bullshit and we kick it and we have fun and we play bullshit bingo for pennies and we eat and we laugh and we, you know what I mean? You go in your mother-in-law's house and fuck in the bathroom when ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Quiet.
shut the fuck up.
All right, they're gone.
That was in there a long ass time. I mean, you guys understand all the shit that, to me, what Christmas represents is family. Like I do get a little crazy around the gifts because I want to show appreciation, but I also want my kids, because this year was tough because one of my daughters got mad because somebody seemed like they got a little bit more. And that pissed me off, and I had to check her because I was like, listen, this ain't what the fuck it's about, and that's not how I raised you. So don't get stuck on that, because you're going to win sometimes, but your shit is a little bit more expensive. You in college, you got a car, bitch, chill out.
Right.
And I mean,
You got a
bitch,
grown-up
like I
life.
love you.
Yes.
Yeah, you would. It's
Hey, I
different
tell
now.
my kids it's
Yeah.
Jesus' birthday,
That's
not
right.
yours.
Yeah.
goddammit. So,
So I love you, but don't ever have it in your heart to be mad or have that where you're upset because you are fine.
Yeah.
If you needed it, I would have provided it for you.
Yeah, you're making the gift receiving a priority.
Yeah, and it's not about that. And not only that, you don't know if I tried and didn't get it. You're basing it off the moment.
Right.
You don't know what I did to try
Right.
to. They just didn't have those. I wanted some bread for us. I'm not spending $750. You feel me? So like, and I think, but that's a dope. Christmas is a little bit of everything for everyone, and obviously, it means different things.
Yes.
Me as family, hands down.
you know, I'm glad that I get to edit this because you calling me broke, I'm going to take that shit right out.
No. I didn't say you was broke. It sounds like someone that's broke.
Oh.
I didn't say.
I thought we was calling them broke for sure. That's why I was smiling and laughing so much.
That is all the shit,
Bro,
bro.
put that shit Independent clip, man.
Oh yeah, that's the clip for TikTok. Oh,
I was always around the corner getting a turkey.
but you're saying you
I was,
prefer
I was impoverished,
Thanksgiving?
bro. I didn't have. I love Thanksgiving, but the reason why I love Christmas, though, I think globally shit shuts down. Thanksgiving, the food, because you get that food first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do love, and Thanksgiving to me, even though the holiday is bullshit when it comes to the breakdown of history, that's another thing that people will argue about. What do we have to be thankful for when the Native Americans gave and shared, and then they were raped and pillaged? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
When you get deep into history, there's a lot of that.
Right.
But we still want to paint a picture of togetherness and look past the murder.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Past the
Yeah,
murder.
that's why I asked you
If we could just all come together and look past the murder.
Yeah. So
and didn't wait for a Native American comedian to come on and be like, "Hey, dude, I really."
It's all
No,
right.
don't even. Yeah, that's a serious deal. Like it's major. But I love Thanksgiving for all the same reasons though. It's like an opportunity for us to be together, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like a well prepared turkey dinner is fire.
Oh, it's real fire, bro.
You know, I mean, I love all of it. And I'm multicultural in the sense that I've been around black folks, I've been around white folks, and I will tell you the transition from going to white people's houses to black people's houses is a flavor shock. Do you understand what I'm saying?
shock
And
to
then
the senses.
And then Latino people, they do so many different variations of turkeys. Like you got deep fried, you got all this stuff on it, and then you got the Latin
Other
and
plates that don't
Hispanic.
even belong
it's like
there.
stuff that you don't even expect. So, vibing off the different flavors. Like I love bouncing to people's homes and again the family, man. Just hanging. Sometimes it's overwhelming because there'll be people there you don't like, whether it's Christmas or Thanksgiving, and you bullshit and but at the end of the day, it's really tied to just being around people you love. You know,
I like the bullshitting part though. I think that's a underrated part of the Thanksgiving process. You go and you're about to spend 6 hours with some people that you only see once a year, and it's like bring your best bullshit.
light they ass up.
Bring your best
Yes,
bullshit
absolutely.
to the fucking table. You know what I'm saying?
When somebody say something, you ain't shit. You ain't never.
Like, man, shut the fuck. You still over here enjoying your tax money, huh? I see you just barely tapping into your tax money.
Everybody done graduated but ain't graduated. Everybody been to college, got their BA. Motherfucker, you ain't got your bachelor's. Like, yeah, that's so true.
Everybody been in school for 7 years, ain't got no degrees.
Yes.
And not trying to be doctors. I used to love Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving has been infected by the worst thing that a holiday could be infected by, and it's become completely Americanized. Thanksgiving the idea of everybody coming together to give thanks, that was dope. That was great. But it already had some bad shit going against it, bro. First of all, it's on a Thursday, which not every job will give you the Friday after. I've had jobs where I got to go to work the very next day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that's all bad. Second of all, it's not even like on a regular date because it's never like just the 25th. It's just whatever the fourth Thursday of the fucking month is. And now I got to do math just to celebrate this fucking day. And third of all, bro, like it was beautiful and it was about being thankful. And I was with the whole, hey, look, no gifts, just people together, fucking sweaters and shit. But you know what they did? They fucked it up and they made it truly American. Black Friday is now just as important as Thanksgiving. They go hand in hand now. And that to me is ugly as fuck. How you gonna have Black Friday, the day where people literally trample each other for a fucking toaster oven, proceed the day where you're supposed to give thanks for everything that you got? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's utterly American.
not to
I
mention they
think you
cut-
should take it a step further, and I think you're about to make the same point. Is it doesn't start on Friday anymore? It starts like noon on Thursday, and motherfuckers like give up going to meet with their families so they can get $100
that's wild,
off
bro.
on the
Yeah,
TV.
we thankful for the sales, or are we thankful for? But the hardest part is the fact that they always cut to the areas where we may suffer from a little bit of impoverished state, and we benefit from getting that 52-inch for $2.99.
Oh, yeah.
And you see all this shit that's going on, and then it's like all of a sudden, and it's also named Black Friday. Like,
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Like, what the fuck?
media tends to always cut here at Black
Yeah.
Friday. Look at all these. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I'm
like,
bruh,
it's like you got to think about that for a second. Like, why did y'all? What was the reason for that?
Man.
And they'll give you some bullshit retail excuse. They'll be like, "Oh well, black. When we're in the black, that means that we're making the most money." You know what I'm saying? That because that we're giving so many. Like, no, fuck out of here, bro. You know, there's more than a tinge of racism involved in naming it Black Friday. You fucking know they're trying
Something
to.
ain't right.
Some ain't right there. Some ain't right there. But I can tell you what it is: white people. That's what ain't right. That's usually at the root of something ain't right. White folks at the helm.
So you're going with Christmas.
I'm going
then.
with Christmas because at least Christmas is old school capitalism. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
Like
Old
Christmas,
school capitalism.
Christmas
It hasn't been changing over the last
gonna
2
gouge
decades.
you. It's gonna gouge you, but you're gonna get your money's worth.
Old school capitalism. That's hilarious.
It's gonna gouge you. It's gonna fucking tempt you. It's gonna make you spend money that you don't have for shit that you don't need. But you're gonna get almost like 3 days off. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like Thanksgiving is one day. It's on a Thursday, and you might not even get Friday off. You know, you got like almost a whole weekend or a whole weekend during Christmas to kick it. You good? You good?
Old school
Old
capitalism.
school capitalism, baby. You gonna
With
get
a
some
racial undertone.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Fucking Saint Nick got
That's hella funny.
Santa Claus got a racial undertone, man.
That's hella funny.
All right, last one, and then we'll move on to something else, you guys. Then we'll move on to the regular questions. But you guys, let's do this.
Pick a good one.
Because whatever I don't get to this episode, I'll just
Yeah,
do the next
you just
episode,
edit it, yeah.
Right? So, Denny's or IHOP? I'll go last.
Wow.
I'll go last because I don't want to sway you guys.
Denny's or
Who wants
IHOP?
to go first?
Damn. Sounds
You
like one of
still
those poor
thinking-
questions again.
I'm gonna tell you, Denny's, late '80s, early '90s. Well, I'd probably say early '90s. Probably one of the first of the you got to pay before you eat scenarios at Denny's on Mack Road in Sacramento. I'll never forget it. We in there with my friends, we chilling. Now, let's be clear. I never had planned at any time to ever pay for my meal.
I fully intended to bounce.
That's besides the point. The idea
Yeah.
that these people had the audacity to have a sister come over to our table after all of the prom kids had already had their meals and never had paid. But they were from, I don't know if it was Christian Brothers or some school was having a prom, and they was in there. And I said, hey, did you guys pay already? And they were like, nope, we didn't pay. And you know what I mean? I was like, so you asking us to pay and go? So this is all a table of ethnicity, but yet,
Yeah.
So that ruined my Denny's experience.
Yeah.
And my homegirls, like, they had like a class action suit, and they're like, put me in. I think I got a check for like $216 because it was millions of dollars that went out to a lot of people because it happened over the course. So I'm a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity type of motherfucker.
I mean, who isn't?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's a man with character right there.
You know what I'm saying? All day. I can't.
Say it again. Say it again.
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
You saw how he put the emphasis on the Rudy.
Because I had that bad experience.
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean? And I the Grand Slam was and Moons Over Miami was monumental up until that point. You know what I'm saying? But then they hit me with that shit, and and here's the deal.
When was the last time you ate at Denny's?
Bruh. I think I was really hungry, and I had to hit them wings. Like I stopped in with but I had a high level of animosity. Like I treated the server like bullshit. I was like, hey, it's not
Threw
enough
the buns
salt
on the floor.
on my wings, bitch. And she was like 83. She was like, oh my God.
I'm sorry. Where am I? Poor lady.
It was like 1:00 in the afternoon, and everybody was there. The Greyhound bus had popped in,
Bruh.
So I did definitely carry it with me. But I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I like finding them breakfast spots, them little hidden gems.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely,
Mom and pops that only
Yeah,
got lunch
definitely.
and breakfast. You know what I mean?
close
The
at
chains
4:30.
don't. The eggs be on point. They be real. Like, you know what I mean? The gravy, somebody put their hand in it and their foot. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
So, but yeah, between the both though, IHOP, man, because of that, I've always been a little bit irritated by that. Stay with me, you know.
I don't blame
And
you.
I was the lightest one at the table. But yet I was the most militant and the loudest. Like, hell no, we not gonna pay.
We shall overcome.
Even I swear to God, I don't think I was aware of my shade. I just knew that there was injustice
Right.
being had at the Denny's
Right.
on Mack Road.
We coming for you,
You're not
Sacramento.
going to like my answer, but before I get to it, what's yours, Rudy?
Denny's for hookers, IHOP for Coke.
Damn.
No. So Because Denny's does have fucking hookers energy. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking walking at any time of day. And
Hell
there's some
yeah.
fucking lady taking a bird bath in the fucking kitchen or in the bathroom and shit. I'm gonna go with Denny's honestly because just because I do like the fact that it's always open. I do like the fact that the food is not, it's not good. It's not good, but you don't mind that.
Yeah.
Because that's just a place where you go in like after doing not good shit all night long anyways. Like you're gonna end up at Denny's because it's like it's the
Have
last
you been
resort.
to the one here in Hayward? It's too nice, bro.
The one in Hayward.
Yeah, right here.
That's the Denny's Diner. That's the revamped.
That might be it. Yeah, that's why.
They revamped that one.
They
That
got
was-
all the letters with the light bulbs in it.
Damn,
It says
bro.
Hayward.
I could
You're
tell
like,
you a Thanksgiving kid. You don't even know what a Denny's diner looks like, huh? This place was fancy. It had tile
Oh,
and
what the
shit.
fuck is this, bro?
I saw a sign with a neon light.
They had sanitizer on station.
I didn't even know there
before
was two different
COVID.
Denny's.
They had it back in the day.
You know, some
No
lady
wonder they
actually,
didn't have a 4, 6, 8 menu. Goddamn
Rick
it.
was like, some lady took us to our seat. It was crazy.
and she greeted you with not a bad attitude. It was like,
I'm gonna go with Denny's, bro, only because it's just the availability. I mean, because really though, bro, like obviously nobody goes to either one of those places for the food. It's not like the food is luring you in. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's the availability and it's the fact that the food is, it's not bad, but it's not gonna be dog shit. You know? And at 3:00 in the morning, that's the only standard I have. Just not dog shit. That if you give me that, I'm good.
I'm also gonna go to Denny's.
Clean
But-
sweep.
But according to Mr. Lewis, it's because I'm broke. So yes, it is because I'm broke.
let's make it
All
clear.
right?
Rick
Goddamn
James
it.
is not broke. He just had an animosity towards Christmas.
No, I'm just trying to do the callback. That's it. I'm just trying
Which
to
is
do
a-
the
which is a
callback.
rich man's
I will
holiday.
say this. Yes. When I was like 15, 16, me and my ghetto friends, we was broke. So we go to Denny's and you could do all you can eat pancakes for like $2 or $4
yeah.
bucks or something.
Yeah.
Stealing
So
sugar.
for under $5, you go and fucking get your grub on all goddamn night. So
Yeah.
I think those are the memories that I have of Denny's. I've never had, so sorry you had that experience, but I go with Denny's because I used to fuck with the 2, 4, 6, 8 menu.
Okay.
I went there for one reason only, to not spend more than $10 on a goddamn meal. So
Yeah.
On my mom, their pot roast is bomb.
Good. They got good pot
Yeah,
roast
they
at
do.
Denny's.
Yes, they do got a good
I didn't
pot
even
roast.
know they served pot roast.
Yeah,
at
they got a
Denny's.
pot roast meal.
That's a
fire.
secret menu right there, bro.
Yeah, they do. That's the part that bothers me is that I had to go through all this time in my life and not really appreciate the drunk experience because instead of going to Denny's, I went to the Del Taco, which is like 2 blocks. And had the spicy jack chicken quesadilla
Right.
with sour cream.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then and the nacho cheese fries with the real cheese, not that bullshit queso.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm a little jealous that you got to have that.
Well-
But my shit shut down at 19. I didn't even get a chance to get drunk in Denny's experience. Like you was getting, that's drunk food.
That's fucking drunk food,
Drunk
bro.
food.
That's
You
just
can
soak up it all.
You can go there
all
and
up.
get sober.
Yes. Because you ain't got to leave anytime soon. You can be there till the sun comes up.
Yeah.
With Charlie Murphy, my main man, Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. Thank you for watching.